things I thought was really cool was that they have these little air holes right here so that your product doesn't suffocate on its way to you, which I thought was really kind of a nice idea. Okay, and just rip it off. Actually, this kind of works out nice. This is a nice way to show exactly what a nice job the folks at B&H do. I've ordered quite a few things from B&H Photo, and they package their stuff very, very well. So let's go ahead and open it up. So we have our Z strap and of course the battery for the camera. I'm sure it comes with just one charger for the battery. And you can see it's pretty well packaged here by Nikon. So they're kind of going with the whole, you know, like Apple does, the whole sort of very plain packaging. But it is well protected, so that's important. And there is the camera body. And she's a beauty. Very lightweight. And it is definitely a throwback. There's no doubt about that. And I got the kit with the silver lens. So there's the lens, and this is the 16 to 50, and I got the kit with the 16 to 50 lens because I was more interested in the look. The 28mm lens is probably the better lens to buy if you're looking for practical. It's probably makes better sense to buy the 28mm lens. Number one, it's also a full frame Z lens, and you can use it on all your other bodies. And you may be able to with this too, but you know, it's not that terribly practical. I got this lens because of the coloring and because of the retro look, and I really just want the camera to look a certain way. I've already got a number of Z lenses that I can use on this camera if I need to. So I really didn't think I needed this. Okay, here's just a quick, fresh out of the box orientation tour, if you will. Just a look around the new ZFC from Nikon. So my first impressions, and these are 5 minutes out of the box impressions. The camera's very light. It's almost too light. It almost feels like I want it to weigh a little bit more, but I understand why it doesn't weigh a lot more. There's a lot more plastic on this than there were in the old bodies. The lens itself, this particular lens, this little 16 to 50, and again I got this lens strictly because I liked the look on this camera body. The 28mm lens that's being offered as also an additional package makes better sense, especially if this is maybe not your first camera, but if it is, if you don't have a big inventory of Nikon glass, that one probably makes better sense. Probably more practical. This one is really just aesthetically pleasing, so that's why I got it. The lens feels very light, but onto the leatherette, that's really well done. It really is well done. And of course, we all know that's not real leather, but they've done a nice job with the texture, and it has a nice feel. I like the feel of it. So it's got a nice ergonomic and tactile feel. Nice job with the logo out front, on the front of the what would be the prism. And of course, one of the advantages of this is you have a flip out screen that's also completely reversible. So if you do selfies or vlogging, or just need to put the camera on a tripod or something and point it at yourself to record yourself, and maybe even as a webcam, that could be very handy. So the articulating screen, I think, is a plus, to be honest with you. especially for this little body. The dials have a great feel. I really like the feel that the dials have, and that, the ISO dial locks in place, so you have to push the button to release it, which is nice. It's reminiscent of the old bodies. And the little levers that are on there, excellent for selecting your mode. Very, very nice. Shutter speed dial is nice. It's again, it's got a great feel. It's got a great feel to the actual knob itself. The knurling around it is nice and feels very good. Also has very nice tactile indentations. Each notch, it just falls into place. So good job there too. And again, here's your switch for video versus still photography, and that's well done, very well done, nicely placed, and very clever the way that fits into the theme of the retro design. Exposure compensation, this might be the most tactile of all. It really ratchets. You can almost hear it probably. So that's great. Then we have our video record button right there, and probably you can assign functions to that. I usually like to assign depth of field preview, but we'll see. And then, of course, shutter release button and on-off switch combination right there. And no, you can't. It's not threaded to accept a handheld remote plunger. That would be would be kind of neat. Hot shoe, of course, modern hot shoe, and really nice job on the retro prism housing with the leatherette and the silver. So I really like what they've done here. And this is why I bought the camera, because I was an admirer of the look. I've been shooting Nikons all my life, and both professionally and for personal pastime purposes. And so I just was drawn to the design. So there you go. This was just an unboxing and a quick first impressions walk around the camera. And I've got the battery charging already, so I can't wait to fire it up and play with it a little bit. I will do a full review on this camera. That is my goal. This is probably the very first video on a brand new channel that I'm spinning off. I have another channel that has well over 90,000 subscribers, but this content wouldn't fit that channel, and that channel's content wouldn't fit this channel, if that makes sense. So I've been putting so much effort and energy into the equipment that I use to produce videos that I've decided to spend some time doing videos about that. So that's what this channel's all about. And I hope to continue doing that. I have a lot of gear to review, and I hope to have more gear to review in the future. So if you're watching this very first video with a brand new channel that has no viewers, no views, no subscribers, and probably doesn't even have a logo yet, even though I do have someone working on designing one for me. But if you found my video one way or another, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. I would very much like if you would roll the dice and take a gamble on me and hit the subscribe button so that I can start building some viewership, so that when I do start releasing my more serious work that I do plan on doing, that there'll be some people to watch it. That would be great. I've actually been doing a lot of work on a review of Nikon's new Z105 macro lens. I've done a whole lot of work with it in the field, and that's pretty much wrapped up, I think. And now it's just a matter of hunkering down and doing the actual review and putting a video together for that. So that was planned to really be my first video, but then when I got this camera, I thought an unboxing was in order. There'll be more on this one for sure. I will do a pretty thorough review on this. Again, this is going to be from a user's perspective, somebody who's going to use this camera and try and accomplish some things with it. So that's the approach I'm going to take. If you're interested in that, I would love it if you would subscribe. I would also love it if you go down there and hit the like button, so maybe this video will find its way into other people's suggestion list. And until next time, I'm out of here.